What's up, gamers? This is Kevin here. I'm gonna be showing you in this YouTube video my favorite Terran versus Terran build. I've been using it to quite a bit success and I've been enjoying it on ladder. Basically, this is a build I saw Maru do in GSL Super Tournament once versus Innovation. It's a very cool build. And without further ado, I'm gonna show it to you. So, this is a very aggressive Terran versus Terran build order. It's not safe, it's not a Reaper, it's not economical like a Reaper fast expand, it's not safe. We're going to be taking a risk and we're going to be going aggressive. And sometimes, like this game that I'm about to show you, you literally get a free win with this build. So we're going to go for a normal double gas opener, so gas first on 15 supply. After that, of course, we grab our barracks. And then another gas at 17. Now we're going to be saturating them fully. Make a Reaper from our barracks. An orbital. And then a factory. So far this looks like a standard 2 gas build. The deviations are going to start from now, as we're going to be playing 1-1-1 on 1 base. So starport before our natural CC. Now, when you see the SCV scout, it usually means that they're playing Reaper fast expand. It doesn't have to mean that. They could be doing it with 2 gas as well. But when I see someone SCV scouting me, I assume they're playing Reaper fast expand and as such going to have a bunker in their natural. This is going to be important for later. Now, when I start the factory, I'm going to be pulling 1 SCV out of each gas. One of them makes the supply depot. That's easy for me to remember that, but you don't have to do it like that. And once my orbital finishes, I'm gonna resaturate these. After the first Reaper, we're not gonna be making another Reaper. We're gonna be going straight for a reactor on the barracks. So it was Reaper and reactor. When we have 13 SCVs here, we're gonna be rallying the next SCV to make a supply depot. And of course, starport right after factory, same SCV that was building it. We're going to be making consistent hellion production the very moment the factory finishes. No add-on, just hellions. Now, this starts the depot and we're going to be saturating this up to 15. This SCV is going to finish the starport. And then it's going to be our 16th SCV here, so full saturation. So this is the last SCV we're going to be making for a little bit. Now, when the reactor finishes, we're going to be making Reapers. We're going to make 2 rounds of Reaper production. So that means go up to 5 Reapers in total, 2 from the reactor, 1 before the reactor. So far so good. After this depot, we're going to make another depot, and this SCV is going to build our natural. You can rally it down after. Now, for the starport you have a choice of making a Medivac or a Liberator. I like the Medivac variation. This is what I'm going to show you in this game. So you can go Lib first as well. Then it's very similar to the Chinese build. You might have seen Uthermal's video on the Transcendent build. It's very similar to that. It just hits a bit harder because you have an extra Reaper. So it's a bit less economic but more powerful. But I'm going to be talking about the Medivac variation because I like it a lot. So we're going to make a Medivac. We're going to keep making hellions up to 4. As you can see, fully saturated, not making any SCVs. This goes to make the CC. Now we're going to make our 4th and final hellion and start the CC. Now, once the Medivac finishes, first of all, I like not putting it right at the front because I don't want my opponent to accidentally see it. So I keep it a bit more backwards. More importantly, when the Medivac finishes, you have a few options of how you want to play. You can go Tech Lab into Ravens straight away, or you can make a Liberator and then Ravens. I really like the Liberator because it allows you to put on even more pressure. Like you're just consistently pressuring your opponent with no break. So Liberator, once you can afford it, instantly. And as soon as our last round of units pops, we're gonna move across the map, boost the Medivac once and only once. Do not boost it again because you're gonna need the second boost to get into the main base. So boost it across the map once. And we are gonna be resuming SCV production the very moment we finish making units. So we're gonna make a supply depot, make SCVs, and a gas instantly. This gas is very important because we want to be able to afford tanks and ravens. So remember this gas. We want to fill it with rallies, SCVs, if that's how comfortable for you. But basically, when this finishes, we want to have 2 SCVs mining it. Off of this, we're just before the push. Off of this, we're going to be going into either Cyclone or Tank and Marines. Now, as I said earlier, we saw that my opponent SCV scouted me, which means there's probably going to be a bunker. And in fact, I was right, and there is a bunker here. Now, technically, one Marine in a bunker is not very scary, but a lot of times they're going to have all 4 Marines there, maybe even a tank, and this does not beat a bunker and a tank. So what I decided to do is take a more indirect path, like this, and now my opponent didn't see me, and I'm going to jump right into his main. So we load the hellions into the Medivac. Okay. Then we boost the Medivac into the main base with the Reapers, and Reapers can jump cliff. So we can get all of this force right into the main base. And look how it goes. He cannot fight this. He was greedy playing a Reaper fast expand. He doesn't have a tank, doesn't have a Viking, just a Cyclone. Plus, the Medivac actually is a big micro opportunity. As you can see, he locked into a Hellion. I can just pick it up. And that cancels the lock on. And that's pretty much it this game. This game was a complete free win, as I said. He cannot kill this anymore. And in fact, I won the game with 0 resources lost. So this is the build. Just to recap a bit, we went 1-1-1 on one base. We made a Reaper and then a Reactor, and then 2 rounds of Reapers, 4 Hellions without an add-on, and a Medivac. And we made a Liberator that is arriving now. So if he was still in the game, he would have this in his main base, and this Liberator would actually start harassing here as well. Now, after the Liberator, the best thing to do is going into Ravens. You can see I'm going for a second Liberator. This is a meme variation I've begun doing lately, where I just keep on the pressure so much that after the first Liberator, I get a second Liberator, and a lot of people do not expect the second Liberator. And it's been catching quite a few people off guard. I've actually gotten pretty decent success with the second Liberator, but this is more of a meme style. And that's it for the build, pretty much. Now I'm going to show you a game where I don't instantly win, so you can see a bit how I transition into macro. But it's very simple, because at the end of the day, once you have a setup of Raven, Tank, Marine, all TvT builds are pretty much the same. But I am going to go into a bit more detail with another replay. So let's transition right at that. Okay, let's go back straight into business. Now, in this replay, I do not instantly win. I'm going to show you not all of the game, because we already went through the build. I'm going to show you from when my push starts. I'm going to be playing the Liberator into the Liberator style I talked about. So we go in, he has a lot more units, and I had a, I don't know what is this. So we trade decently, I kill a bit of SCVs, and now we do not want to fight and lose everything. This plus the SCVs plus a missile turret would beat us. So I just pick up, and now I still have aggro potential. And I made him use a turret, which is big. Now, you can start seeing the strength of the Liberator. He needs to deal with this, while needing to deal with this. And also, I am making another Liberator. So, when you play the 2 Liberator style, we're just gonna make 1 tank and then put the starport on the tech lab. If you were to play only 1 Liberator, you would just make the tech lab on the starport. Pretty simple, right? Just before I go into how the macro game flows, I just want to show you how I use the second Liberator. You can notice that he defended my drop by putting a tank here, which usually would be sufficient. I made a second Liberator, I can just siege this tank. And that's a dead tank. And now I can just drop again. So I have a Liberator here, and a drop here as well. 15 worker kills already, and it's gonna get a lot more during the game. Now, about the macro. Let's forget about the push for a little bit. You just want to make a third CC. After you made a few Marines, you can actually cut Marines to get the CC faster. This is a Terran versus Terran thing where the more safe you feel, the less Marines you can make before this CC. So we want to make a third CC, continue making Raven Marine. I will go up to 2 Ravens when I play the 2 Liberator style. When you play only 1 Liberator, you can go either 2 or 3 Ravens. And I am a mech player, so I'm instantly going to be taking this refinery and then make 2 more factories once I go into Vikings, which of course is going to be when I finish with the Ravens. If you are a bio player, you do not need this much gas this early. You can instantly, after the third CC, either make 2 more barracks or 2 more eBays into barracks. So you can go either 2 racks to eBay or 2 eBay to barracks, depends on how greedy you want to be, both are viable. If you're a mech player like me, we go 4th gas, eBay as well. I believe I forgot the eBay. There we go. And then after the Viking start, which is right about now, we can add our factories. And that's it. From there, you land your third CC and you play a TvT. That's it for the build. I hope this video was helpful for everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And that's pretty much it. Good luck on ladder team. Hope you enjoy some TvT more. And yeah, nothing else much to say besides good luck.